I'm not doing it. Hey, what y'all think about the escort trying to sue Cassie now? He about to get some of that money, man. Nigga, the escort Clayton Howard said, "Nah, I need that money."
I feel like he's justified. I do. I feel like he's justified because we're talking about how Diddy likes things. We uncovered that Cassie likes stupid things as well. And the exposure to him, and I think about it, he's was he an entertainer or just the escort?
No, remember he was the one that he said he
Right.
was with her for
For
8 years.
yeah,
8 years
yeah.
that they was going back and forth. He said we was smashing. He was one of the main ones.
Right. So now you find out that this is like you knew the freaky things that occurred when you were there, right? But now you're listening to these stories and the extent of the things that she was doing, the diseases that she was exposed to and exposed you to. That's disclosure. You have to disclose that type of information to people. You go down to the health department, they ask you who you having sex with, right? Mm-hmm. So if Diddy was already exposed, that means you were exposed. That means you exposed everybody else. Then you're letting people urinate all over you. The sex is bizarre, and it put my health in jeopardy. Just like she can come back and sue, so can he.
So if he got a case, if she a victim, then he is too, huh?
Right. Could you imagine you're having what you thought was crazy sex with a celebrity and Diddy was watching? Now all of a sudden you hear how it was trashed out. It was just you because we're getting these stories. Her husband's getting them too. You're listening to how all of the things that she took, the things she did, and you're like, wait a minute, I was there like every week, 2 times a week. And while I wasn't there, I'm coming back and getting on top of all of this. He said she would kiss him, even though it wasn't part of the rules. And now that he know that she was getting urinated in the mouth, it's like, you saw a girl did a spin in the chair. Like, yeah, this is what you're engaging with. I feel like he has a right to.
So, what you think, Robert?
It's crazy that she got impregnated by him though. This saying that she ended up getting pregnant by the guy.
And she told him. That's the crazy thing about it. He said
unprotected sex.
And she told him, she said, yo, I'm pregnant. I think he made every guy have unprotected sex with. Like all these dudes have unprotected sex.
Because he wanted
anyone to see everything. Like Diddy don't seem like he wanted to see everything. They made it sound like he wanted every visual. He wanted to see. So you wasn't using no condom.
No, and if he was having them ejaculate on her, then no, they were not using condoms. So then that's even worse. I'm really exposed to everything you got going on.
Bro, this nigga said they had a sexathon, my nigga. Mm-hmm. He said they had a sexathon for 4 days straight with him and another dude. And Diddy's and Cassie told him whoever can last the longest was gonna be my go-to. So him and another dude were just smashing and just
holding sex interviews.
They just doing drugs.
Yeah.
And get horny again. Do more drugs, get horny again. Do more drugs, get horny. Because you know the drugs get you horny. Then you get horny again. Right. Get horny. They probably watching porno on the TV, getting high, talking, get horny again. And they did this for 2 days straight, my nigga, 48 hours. Till one nigga tapped out. He said, I can't go no more. He said the other nigga tapped out. Said, I can't. Bro, then the nigga said after they was done that P. Diddy allegedly carried Cassie in the room.
Like, my nigga won. Oh, she said you was the best she ever had.
Yeah. But the fact that he had to carry her in the room, right?
She couldn't walk.
So she go to sleep. What the fuck these niggas doing after he carry her in the room?
Either they still high and go to sleep, or they do whatever they. I mean, shit. What do you think?
That's why I said they couldn't get out, my nigga. I don't think we heard everything, my nigga. I think it was a lot of fruity shit going on, bro.
And possibly, and then these men don't want to expose that part of their life either. You know what I'm saying? People want discretion. You see how people are treated when they come out about their sexuality. We all sitting here laughing at Diddy, and then, like you always say, there's a bunch of other people who are like, oh, hell yeah, because they get down like that too. Mm-hmm. People have their own sexual fantasies that they don't even get to fulfill. So the mere fact that he had, I mean, it's all wrong, but the people were enjoying it because they were taking the money. If they didn't like fucking, they wouldn't be in this job. They like fucking too. And they like the nasty shit they was doing.
Some of them niggas got to come to the house.
Right. You act like these niggas walked in scared with their backpack, no, nigga, oh, I'm gonna get $5,000 for every fuck.
And guess what we found out too? Guess what we found out? Cassie had an apartment in the Trump Hotel.
Yeah, he says that. And sometimes they were engaging by themselves.
Without Diddy.
Diddy was not happy about it.
So these niggas was using the Trump Hotel as a prostitution center.
Wow. So he said that Diddy wasn't masculinely endowed, right? That he had a little. So he said he's insecure. So that type of, I'm just imagining probably because he's setting up, he wants to do this with them, right? Because he's recording whatever they got going on in the freak offs, right? So now if she's having sex with him, it's probably not as much as when she's with these other people, right? So she's never going to get the sex she really wants because Diddy's always watching. So now you fucking the dude by yourself so you could really get the pleasure of it. And Diddy is like, bitch.
because Diddy's controlling it.
Yes, it only works when he's in control of it. But what I'm saying as far as her being a
she woman, don't get to do what she wants.
It's not pleasurable when you fucking with Diddy. It's only pleasurable when you're having your freak off. But people don't always want to have a freak off when they have sex. Sometimes you want to just have sex. So now that's why she's dipping off with these other niggas solo because a freak off always requires Diddy to be there or Diddy watching. So if she want to have some really good sex without being in a performance, she got to go fuck with the other niggas. So she was fucking with him on the side because she loved him. She said she loved his, and Diddy was not having it.
They started
what? Like, how do you think that he could have stopped himself at some point though? Like, I think I heard something about like prostitution being legal in New York, but
prostitution. No.
It's like you gotta be able to stop. Like, it's out there. Like, it's bad. Like it's not saying that it's one thing to just straight out judge somebody, but like I would think that he would consider things about himself like, man, I'm getting prostitutes. I'm getting escorts to prostitute themselves, and I'm partaking in it.
When a nigga thinking about it, they don't even be really thinking about what they doing.
Are you talking about the escorts? Well, that's a good deal.
No, Diddy, but he's using the escorts, and he's it's him and Cassie.
Well, see, Diddy's perspective is that I'm paying these people to do what they want to do. Because when people don't want to do something, they don't do it. You're not in this line of work. You're not in these areas with us. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't want to be like this, you wouldn't be over here. The mere fact that you're taking money for sex and doing all of the things I'm telling you to do, you like this shit. That's why they never leave. He said I was a 30-something-year-old man making money, you know what I'm saying? And I'm banging down beautiful women. Why would he say no? So Diddy ain't looking at it like, oh, I'm forcing them. They're saying that. They're saying emotionally, I felt obliged to do it. But you were enticed or addicted to the money. You were addicted to his fame and what it brought you. So of course you weren't going to leave. That's why Cassie didn't leave.
That's why I feel like a lot of more people should have been arrested.
If that's the case, then a lot of people should have been up there.
That's why they should have had security guards arrested, going down.
All these people that engaged,
people that was directly in contact with his behavior and didn't report it. If you're gonna put a RICO on a nigga and trafficking, you should arrest the security guards. That's all these motherfuckers. Think about it,
business, right?
You know why? Because think about it. You got all these niggas that's doing interviews, right? All these motherfuckers doing interviews is able to give you an interview and tell you what they saw. Why these niggas ain't arrested in the RICO?
Why are we getting the interviews and they're not on court?
They should have been arrested.
It's crazy.
Like Roger Bonds should have been arrested.
Yeah.
Because everything that you able to tell us, that mean that you knew and you saw and engaged in it.
Right. Didn't he say he don't know why he didn't come and get him?
He said he don't. Yeah, but he should have been arrested. A lot of these niggas should have been implicated in the RICO. Nigga, Gene Deal, he should have been arrested. You talked about how you went and with him to buy toys. You talking about how you bodyguard.
You told us about Jennifer Lopez. You gave us the root, not just when Cassie got there.
How you ain't implicated in the RICO? You see what I'm saying? A lot of niggas should have been arrested that wasn't arrested, and that's how the government fucked up the case because I don't think they ever wanted to get him on trafficking. I think they just wanted to play with the niggas, slap him on the wrist, so when he exposed his shit, so when he come out, he have no other choice but to do whatever they tell him they do. Exactly. We still need you because you still are a tool to us. We can still use you, but guess what? Now we just showed you what we could do to you if you fuck with us. Now you see, boy, what we could do to you, boy. You see how fast we better play by the rules. We just smack you once.
You know what I'm saying?
Next time we'll get your son.
That's probably why the shit with the son and him came right after this. But Jaguar Wright was saying she thinks it's crazy that they're even taking this long to try to consider his sentence. She was like, it should be point blank, period. She was like, it's kind of telling you that they're still playing ball with this nigga behind the scenes.
My nigga, I was the one who told y'all from jump that it's a lot of shit that go on behind closed doors.
Right.
It's two parts of a trial. Right. You have what we see, it's for the public face, and then you have what goes on behind closed doors with the people of power that's talking to the judge. And the people that's that's what goes on. Like right now, there's people of power that's talking to the judge, trying to decide how much jail time to give him. You see what I'm saying? There's all types of conversations that go on. Them prosecutors have conversations with all types of people that sit. My nigga, how many movies we saw where a powerful person sit down with a prosecutor and say, "I want this person."
Right, still negotiate. Yeah, this ain't over.
I'm talking about before the shit even go down. We see, like in movies, we'll see a prosecutor meet with a high boss type nigga in the movie, mafia boss or some shit. He'd be like, yeah, we need this nigga off the street. He's fucking up our business. I'm just saying, you want us to help you out. Then you need to figure out what to do with this nigga. Next thing you know, this person taking down their whole case, putting a case on them. They trying to figure out how to get these niggas arrested, how to take somebody else down. You know what I'm saying? How many times we watch the police officers, even in 50 Cent shit, where he had a police officers going at the other gang, and they be like, the police working for one gang and taking the other gang out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that on every level: the police level, the judge level, the lawyer level. Everybody is talking to somebody behind closed doors, where money is being exchanged. You see what I'm saying? So come on, my nigga. We playing $1 million games here. $1 billion games. You talking about nigga that was a billionaire. Lawyers got paid millions of dollars per hour. Right. So come on, you think niggas ain't trying to put their hands on their money? So niggas right now, this is the real negotiations. The people or your peers only find you guilty or not guilty. We decide your fate. What you want to do, nigga? You got a few million to give. Hey, I really want to hurt this nigga. What y'all want to do? Hey, we want to teach him a lesson. Give him 6 years. My nigga, this is what people should be understanding. The fact that the judge didn't get a nigga bail let you know that he about to do 5-6 years right there. Because come on, anybody else there, niggas get bail off of murder. He didn't get bail off of 2 prostitution charges, engaged in prostitution. So what they tell you, niggas, they about to put you in jail. Niggas getting bail for murder for hire. Nigga, Carmelo Anthony just killed somebody in bail. Right. So they found you guilty on two sexual charges and didn't give you bail. Then that let you know they about to cook you. Because those 12 people in the jury got sympathy for you don't mean the judge got to. The judge can say, you know what, I still don't like what you did morally.
I heard twice on the news that, and this is the news, so not like a YouTuber or a blogger, twice on the news where they were discussing the case, and they were talking about how it could be reduced. I don't know who these people were, but it was said that he could possibly be in probation. Is that a possibility? And they were saying because, with the first time offenses, because I told you that one time, he said, nah. I heard it again where they were saying, could it be that situation
they could push for that?
He don't get the sentence that we're getting? Because we're thinking
they could push for that.
2.5.
They could push for that, but guess what? If the judge felt like that, he would have gave you that bail. If the judge felt like he was going to give you probation, and I'm going to reduce your sentences, you're a first-time offender, and under these guidelines, I'm gonna give you a program and all that, then he would have gave you bail. Because he already know, like, yo, this is the first-time offender. Why not give him bail?
Right. They were saying
the fact that he didn't give you bail let you know that he has every intention to not give you.
Now you may not get your
not be like him. Yeah, he still feel like everything. This nigga sat up there and tried for 6 weeks. So far as he concerned, man, he know what you did. And the people that talk to him behind closed doors is telling him what you really did. Right. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you can only bring certain things out in a trial. Right. That judge go home, he watch everything. He looking at the news, he looking at this, he talking to people.
Job to be in the know to make a conclusion.
And he also have a duty to certain other people higher than him. He's part of certain organizations.
Yes.
He's part of certain alliances
with other judges.
They go sit down, have lunch, and another judge be like, man, you better get that nigga some time. Let that nigga walk. Right. Like these niggas talk just like us.
Right. Don't let that nigga walk or do this, because such and such. There's so much going on that we're not privy to that gets put into play. That's why when we see judges come back and they do completely opposite, we're like, oh shit. Right. We're surprised.
What? Like I said, when that police or Albert Guyver went in the house and killed Beckham John, then she got found guilty. She got found guilty. Everybody thought she was gonna get some time. Oh, she about to do 20. Oh, she about to go to jail for life. They was shocked as hell when the judge came back and said 6 years. Niggas was like, what? And it was one of our own. It was a black judge. So that's why I be telling people. The guilty verdict don't mean shit. What matters is the sentence that come behind it.
I used to think that the guilty verdict was
powerful.
That was powerful.
It don't mean nothing. How many times we see people of our color get a guilty verdict and they throw us and throw the key away? Mm-hmm. People of their color or of their peers get a guilty verdict. Them niggas get probation. They they come up with some excuse and they say, oh, his mother and dad was rich, so he never that little white boy that did the drunken drive and he killed all the friends in the car. He didn't get no time and he got probation, killed 4 people because he's what? One of their peers. Their guilty verdicts ain't like our guilty verdicts.
They look at it like the adaptability, you know what I'm saying? The lifestyle is different. Oh, his mom, they're unfortunate. We know your father, your mother, so hell no. It's a bias because of not only the skin color, but your lifestyle.
For instance, look at Robert. Mm-hmm. Robert told you he got a guilty verdict of a second duty DUI, and he about to go to jail for 41 days. 21 after he hit his 2 for 1. Do half of the time. If a black person would have got a second DUI, his guilty verdict wouldn't have been no motherfucking 41 days. He would have got a year in jail. Yeah, maybe he had to do 15 months in jail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, life is the people are different. Then you have to get a little bit deeper. You have to think that they look at it from a cultural standpoint.
Because remember the way that the charges
they're harsher on us
because if you look at it, the way the charges are set up, it says what? This charge is your second offense, and then they say, what do you get when you get your second offense? Mm-hmm. And what do it say? It says you could start from 96 hours to up to 2 years in jail, right? Mm-hmm. But it's up to their discretion how they want to do it, right? Mm-hmm. So they can look at one person and say, you know what, we're going to give you 96 hours. Then the same person with the same charge, they can look and say, you know what, we're giving you a year. Mm-hmm. You think they don't go off of discretion based off of color?
Yeah, they do.
Thank you, right there.
They do.
So that's why it's so easy for you to look at an Asian man and see him get 41 months, 41 days, and see that same black man. I guarantee you, if we look it up right now, there's black men that got their second DUI and look up their sentence and they in jail for a year right now. Right. And then he'll go in that same jail. He'll be like, what, nigga, you only got 41 days? Who you know?
But no, they do, but that's how we're set up. We live off of those cultural, those biases.
And that's why I say that's the fucked up thing about the justice system. Because there's no one rule. It should be one straight thing. If you get caught with a second new yacht, everybody got to do a year in jail, or everybody get 41 days. It shouldn't
Like
be
the same punishment
for everybody. It shouldn't be under the judge's discretion on how he want to rule it. Because when you do that, it looks fucked up because you got this black man that might get a year, and then this white man that might get this. This white man that get that, and this black man that get this. This Mexican man that get that, and this.
I know, but see what happened. That's where the idea of having a lawyer came into play, because at one point the judge was just making a ruling, but people feel like they have a right to fight. My circumstance in the robbery may not have been your circumstance in the robbery. So a person feels like I have a right to tell my story. That's where all of these rights come. And so when they're looking at it now, they got these, we're living in a world where the cultural biases are no longer from the old school. White people have this symbolism in society.
The circumstances,
right. So now, even though you both can have bad circumstances,
but it's the same charge.
He may be able to, but based on his circumstances, be able to overcome. I may see you, Mr. Black Man, forever. So I'm just going to give you 30
But it's the
years.
Same charge.
Right. Well, I'm just going to give you 30 years because I don't want to see you.
Because I don't.
And I'll get the money that I know you're not going to be able to build a society, because you're going to go back to your poor home with your poor mom who's not there, and you're going to be back. So I'm just going to get my money off of you. You potentially could change your life and help do something effective in society. So we're going to give you probation.
And is that right?
No, it's not. But circumstances is looking at that. He may possibly be able to do something, but that's culturally. Now we got to figure ourselves. That's why we always say black people, we got to get our shit together.
That's why I say that's why most of the jails is fucked up.
It is.
And the justice system, that's probably cat. But that's why most of the jail systems is fucked up and shit ain't equal, because it's easy to put us in jail based off of when they looking at you at everything. Because they say they looking at your image. When you go before that judge, they looking at everything as a whole, asking about your background. They looking at where you from, who you hang with, is you in the gang. So now you charging me at a higher capacity than you are charging that other person because he looked like you, or because his other got a nice house.
But he's got stability.
But we got the same charge.
Same charge.
And that's why I say that's where it's fucked up.
It is.
That's where it's fucked up, and that's where you got people going to jail for and being in jail for the same bullshit that you getting charged with, that you doing no time for, and they doing a lot of time for.
But okay, with saying that, it goes back to the same question. Okay, this is because my brain works that way. So you're saying that it should be one way for everybody. Every charge should weigh the same penalty. There shouldn't be a penalty range. There shouldn't be, like, when you get charged for assault, it should be either like assault A misdemeanor should be a year in jail. Mandatory.
Yeah. Assault B misdemeanor should be mandatory 6 months. Assault C misdemeanor qualify for probation. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the lowest of assault. The second, B is the second highest. The A is the highest. So you know what I'm saying? But misdemeanor. So you start at the highest with a year in jail, then the other one you go 6 months, then the other one probation. When you give a range and you say, okay, if you get an assault B misdemeanor, and you could give anything from 1 day to a year, then you give the judge the discretion to decide what he want to give you, anything from 1 day to a year. And what I'm saying is, when we walk in that courtroom, this white man is not going to help you because you a black man. So he's going to give you a year in jail, 8 months in jail, 9 months in jail. But when a man of his color or a man of his that look like him come in there, their people is automatically getting a month in jail, 20 days, 41. There's no remorse for us because we're being judged by their people.
Yeah, I mean, I think a structure would have to.
You see what I'm saying? So, but if you
do what you're saying,
but if you kept it as a solid thing, then guess what? When I walked into that prison, if I had an assault charge, I got the same charge you got, the same time you got for your assault charge. But if you go inside prison, you go inside jail, the number one thing that's fucked up is when I get in jail and I got the same assault charge you got, I'm doing 5 years, and then I be looking at you. How much time you got for your assault? Oh, I got 6 months. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So it's hard for people to be in jail and understand the justices, and that's why they say the justice is fucked up because he got the same charge I got, but he got a spank on the wrist, but I got big time. Like you'll see certain niggas that get, like for instance, you see these niggas be getting sexual charges, and the nigga have a sexual charge on the child, and this nigga be put in a program, and another nigga get 25 years in jail for the same thing. Our nigga get 5 years for rape, where another nigga get a rape charge and he might get 20. You see what I'm saying? They'll give a white nigga a rape charge and he'll get 6-7 years in jail. Another black nigga, he'll get 20. He'll get 15. So what I'm saying is they all should be getting the same amount of time. Because when you go inside the justice system and you go inside these prisons, that's the number one thing niggas be saying. Damn. And they try to say no, and they try to use this excuse. Well, it's your prior history. Well, it's the legitimate circumstances what happened in the midst of the crime.
Well, see, that's
what
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's where you being able to defend your situation. You know what I'm saying? Because now there's a bunch of crimes that get committed. It's not just murder.
That's why I think that shouldn't matter to me.
You because circumstances. No, we talk about crime of passion all the time. You a good advocate for crime.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that charge. I'm talking about regular charge.
No, I'm just talking about charges in general. There's a lot of crimes that are out here. So now you're saying that let's just categorize. Right.
No, I'm saying crime and passion is crime and passion for a reason. That's why they say it's crime and passion. That's why self-defense is self-defense. I'm talking about assault. When you have these assaults, you have these rape, you have these regular charges. People are going to jail.
Yeah, but my circumstance for an assault could have been that I was going through things and people but they bring that to, and this is what they bring.
And that's why I'm saying that shouldn't matter. That's what I'm saying. None of that should matter. What you going through, and because you did it because you was going through shouldn't make your weight be any lower of a nigga that did it because he got into a fight and got mad.
Agreed.
So that's why I say none of that shit should matter.
Live their life. They use decision, but we live in a world where people are fucked up, right? So basically, what has to happen in order for that structure to actually work and be effective, society has to change as a whole. Our expectations of how we look at crime has to change. You have to look at crime as like penalty. Nobody looks at
in certain for instance in certain countries, what I'm saying exactly what they do. Like in certain countries, like the charge is the charge. Ain't no range.
Yeah, but they have morals. There's a standard for society. We don't have that. If you look at our society, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not arguing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that we would have to change society's thought process to crime. No, because that's why everybody was like, well, I was on drugs at the time, and people were like, you weren't in your right mind. This is your first offense, young guy. So let's get you into a program. Yeah. Oh, you're a drug addict. You over there drug addict? No, you go to jail. So you have to get that standard has to be, if I get caught with drugs, this is what it is. If I get caught for,
and if they change it, the same way they change laws every day, and we have to adapt to it. They change laws every day.
Yeah, but I'm saying people are emotionally disturbed right now. You get what I'm saying? You're talking about structure. Right now, the structure is bent to assist with the dysfunctional people that are living. That's why you may not get that time because it's not the circumstances is not the same.